Hi everyone, welcome to Eden's Secret. Today we're making a daffodil and watermelon soap. And I'm going to start by separating off some of my soap batter so I can pipe on the top of the soap when we're finished. I'm thinking that might be enough because I am just doing a half batch, so I'm making one full loaf of soap. So that's it for a start.
Ta-da!
And I really fancy just doing a pale grey soap today with yellow daffodils on the top. So I'm just going to mix some mica. I can't remember the colour because I haven't put a label on the front, but I will put a link in the description box to the colour I'm using today. And it's a dark silver, probably a pewter colour. I'm not going to put too much because I do want it to be a light grey. Just remembering that the soap will be lighter once it's saponified. Now I'm very sure that this is a fast moving fragrance, so I'm going to mix up two colours here. We're going to start off, I'm just going to mix the green just with the leftovers that I've got from the emerald green, and I'm going to put a little bit of green 201G from Mineral Makeup Ingredients in there. And a little bit of neon yellow into this container here. I'm going to have another attempt at the raindrops, and I know usually you use a squeezy bottle and you cut the ends off and then you add a pipette. I just don't want to go to that extreme, so I just want to use a pipette. Mixing our yellow in there, and then mixing our green, and you see, just adding that little bit of emerald green takes away the brightness from the neon. I'm going to do exactly the same to the yellow by putting a touch of buttercup yellow mica in there. I should be using a teaspoon. Hopefully that'll be enough because there's really not very much in there. Right, so they're ready to go. I'm going to add in my watermelon margarita, which is a fragrance from Soap Supplier. Link in the description box below. It's a fantastic watermelon fragrance, but I think it moves quite fast. I can't exactly remember, but I'm pretty sure it does. But it's really, really delicious. Makes your mouth water, actually. And we're going to get straight in there. And we're going to pour it into our mould. I'm just going to give it a stir first, so we'll get no glycerin rivers, as they're called. They're called glycerin rivers. It looks quite a dirty colour at the moment, but I'm sure it'll look really nice once it's finished. Let's get some pipettes. I should have to hand just here. We're just going to suck the soap up like so. I'm going to go right down to the bottom. I think the beauty with using what do you call it? Not this, not the pipette, the thing I was talking about before. The squeezy bottle, is that you don't have to stop and take out and re-suck it up again. You can see the soap's thickening up pretty quick. So I'm probably not going to get too many raindrops in there. And I'm going about halfway down now with my pipette. Just call it a pipette, Karen. That's what I've always called it. So I'll try another one, not quite as low down. Because the soap's not very fluid, the grey, it might not even make a raindrop. But it'll make something, right? So that will do. Right, we'll give it a tap down. And I'm just going to wait for this green to go off so I can pipe. Actually, I can put my daisies on now because this is thickened up already. The green is so I can daisies. Daffodils. Let's see if I can pick the best ones. And then I need to pipe something into the center of these. And I'm thinking, like, sometimes daffodils are orange or red, usually yellow in the center. That'll do. So the yellow that I've got left in here, I'm going to mix some orange into that. Or shall I put some red? Yeah, I think I will. I'll go with a little bit of red. So I'm using radish from Mineral Makeup Ingredients. I've got these fantastic tiny silicone spatulas online. Again, I'll put a link to those in the description box below. I'm going to make brown, aren't I? Hopefully it'll make an orangey red. It's looking okay at the moment, put it that way. Some daffodils have orange or red, don't they? I'm going to put a bit more in. That's better. And then we'll just come back later when that's thick enough to pipe. Okay, it's time to pipe some little red dots into the daffodils. They're a bit low down, these daffodils, that should be prominent. I should have piped the green in first, which is what I'm going to pipe, and then place the daffodils on top, but I didn't. I should have learnt that from before, shouldn't I? It's not the first time I've done that, made that mistake. So this is radish, the colour, from Mike and Mama. Link to the colours and fragrances in the description box below. A lot of people come and ask me, where do I get my fragrances and colours? And they're nearly always in the description box below. So if you just click show more under the video, that will open up the description box for you. Makes them pop. Okay, so how do I work out how many slices I want? Well, first off, how heavy do I want each slice to be? So I like to cut it around 200 grams because there will be shrinkage. So I'm just going to weigh the whole loaf on the scales, and it's 2390 grams. So just take my calculator and type that in, 2390, and then divide that by 200 equals, it's going to give me 11.95 slices. So basically it's 12 slices. So then I will tip it on its side. And I'll take my ruler. And I usually do this just with a wooden toothpick. So we've got 12 inches to this point. And it's just under, we've got another 5 inches, so it's just under 17. So 17 inches. So what we will do is we will put 17 divided by 12, and that will give us the length that we need to cut each slice. So it's 1.4 inches. It's just over 1.4 inches, but we will put the markers on the soap. So 1.4. So we'll do that all the way along and see what that works out to. Oh, I've made a mistake on that one. That's why, because I've got the wrong side of the ruler. And there we are. So now we will pop that onto the cutter, and where I've got the dots I'll just line it up with the split here. So my dots here, just line it up with the split, and then I know that is where we need to cut the soap. So I guess, oh, the raindrops have worked out okay, except we've got a bit of a hole there. They're not perfect, but they're fine. And that's 193 grams. That's the next one. It's quite pretty. I like the grey actually. The grey and the yellow and the green goes really, really nice together. Different colour combination for me. Each side's going to be different. So it's not what I normally do, but I actually really like this one. I like the grey. Also, I guess you could call it silver, couldn't you? There's a few air bubbles in there, but that's because my batter was thickening up. And it really is the most pleasant watermelon that I've ever smelt. I prefer it to sour watermelon candy, which I've always used. And that's more of a citric acidy type melon, where this is smells more like the real thing. So it's a true watermelon scent. Alright, so we'll just clean those bars up now. Just makes a huge difference tidying the edges up. And if the holes bother you, you can always fill it in with a little bit of the scrap soap. Like so.